Welcome to Every Album Ever with Mike and Alex. My name is Michael Mansour. I'm joined as always by my excited co-host Alexander Volt. Say hello.
I'm so excited that it's cool enough I can wear a denim jacket now.
Yeah, I can wear long sleeves again. Yeah, or without constantly rolling up the sleeves and sweating. This is Every Album Ever, the podcast where we listen to every single album in the world, one artist at a time. That's usually a new discography per episode, except for these EAE singles episodes where we cover a brand new spanking album. Oftentimes requested by our lovely viewers and fans that we have on Discord. Join the Patreon. You can be a part of the Discord. What are we talking about today?
We're talking about the latest album from Mr. Phylzzz entitled Fat Chance.
Mr. Fly! God damn it, I love this band.
Yes. The people in our Discord wanted it. Last year you had their album Cancel Culture Club on your
year-end. Check out the year-end list. Year-end episode.
Also coming up soon.
Coming up on ours. Coming up.
Yep.
Yeah, their last album made the list, and I fucking love the last album. It made me laugh. It was fun. It had its own character. It's pissed off and angry with its own kind of serrated edge to it. This is I'm very surprised, but a different album, like a very different album.
I don't like it as much as
really.
Cancel Culture Club is a better album. They're different albums, but yeah.
I like this album a lot. I don't know if I like it. I might like it more than Cancel Culture Club. I like it a lot.
I think that's crazy to me.
I don't think it's that crazy. So I don't know, because they are different albums. Because I'm super excited because it's a different album. I would have been happy if they just kept doing the same shit. Mm-hmm. I mean, not forever, but like it's a fun style. The albums are insanely short. They're fucking under 30 minutes. This one is like 26 minutes or something.
Yep.
Insanely short. They get in, they get out. The songs are super catchy and energetic. There's no moments for you to get bored or like fatigued with anything. So I wasn't exactly expecting like a huge shift or evolution, but we kind of get one here, and I'm a fucking fan.
This is more of like a rocking good time. His vocals, which didn't bother me on the last album, and I like went and compared. Like the last album, the vocals are always kind of like buried.
They're buried, yeah.
With some like feedback or noise, so I'm fine with it. Here, they're very much like front and center. And you guys know how I feel about Blood Brothers vocals, and if you're new, I don't like those vocals.
Also, check out that episode. I love his vocals.
Do you,
dude?
They push it on lots of songs, but on Insisting, I can't with that song.
Really? So maybe that's my. It's probably like the weakest of like the regular songs, probably. Mm-hmm. But I still think it's pretty cool. The squeaky vocals are definitely squeakier on that song more than most, for sure. But it's not just squeaky, because like you brought up the Blood Brothers comparison. I find them to be so much less annoying than Blood Brothers. I like Blood Brothers, but none of us are going to ever give it up to those vocals, ever. Here, he's doing the squeaky high thing, but it always feels super chaotic enough to feel like a type of feedback. Like his voice is a type of feedback. Mm-hmm. That's how it kind of clicks in my head. But once in a while, which he definitely didn't do on the last album, Clinton Jacob on guitar, bass, and vocals, and Danny Sein on drums. He's now singing, yes. And he sounds fucking awesome. Singing on tracks like Dirty Hands and Maybe. He's doing full on melodic wailing, like Robert Plant style wailing. And I think he sounds fucking great.
The most like Robert Plant Zeppelin-esque thing would be Dirty Hands. It's weird because it's a normal length song, but there's a lot going on there. The very like triumphant, like Zeppelin-esque singing parts. There's even like a quick little like Middle Eastern guitar riff on there. It's a neat track.
I love it. I think it's great. It's super high energy, very chaotic. It feels very different from the opener, because the opener Pontiac Grand Am is basically what I was expecting. It's about as frantic as you'd expect.
More like Pontiac. Goddamn.
Take a lap.
I don't know. I thought that's what he was saying.
Oh, really?
I'm going to stick with.
Okay.
I'm going to stick with it. Because in a high energy, I think like, one of my favorite Thin Lizzy songs, Thunder and Lightning.
Oh, yeah.
It hits you like a hammer. God damn.
Damn.
Yeah. Just say,
Just throw in a nice goddamn every once in a while.
Yeah.
I think it's got great riffs. It's got great energy. There's this super cool stop-start section around 150.
Mm-hmm.
I think it rules. It's a great opener. And then Dirty Hands comes on, and it's chaotic and high energy, but it just feels completely different. Those vocals come in and they're extremely hooky. And he's a good singer. He's like a legitimately good singer.
It's definitely more metal.
Yeah. It's still
like
abrasive.
Sludge metal. But,
yeah. It's still pretty abrasive, but I find it to be very satisfying.
And then you want to the like king of start stop riffs is Maybe, and yeah, those vocal lines are very infectious. Like the way he sings Maybe, it gets stuck in my head.
That one is the one that reminded me of Zeppelin. Maybe is the one that really gave me Zeppelin energy,
because it sounds like Baby.
Yeah, I suppose. I didn't even put that together till right now. Zeppelin-y, but like a ton of edge, a lot of grit, and some really Melvin-y riffs in there, which is not surprising, but it doesn't sound like it doesn't sound like it's derivative of Melvin's. It's just like now we get this weird, cool, chaotic hybrid of Melvin's riffs with Zeppelin riffs. It's very fucking cool. I love it. When Damp comes on, I'm like so on board. It's just I'm completely sold by the time Damp comes on, and I fucking love that song. It's just so chunky and satisfying. I
don't dislike it, but I just kind of felt like Damp was this kind of more of the same.
Oh, I think these riffs are strong, unique riffs. They all feel the same in a way. I don't even agree with that, because the moments with like the big waily vocals,
mm-hmm.
those really change the feel. It doesn't feel gritty and mean and pissed off and sludgy during those sections.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like there's a lot of variety even within each song. But I absolutely love Damp. It's one of my favorites on here, if not my actual favorite on the album. Modern Life opens up with these big, heavy open riffs,
like Bells and Charms, like Big Business era Melvins.
Yeah, very big businessy. There's even like a Mike Patton scat break.
Yeah,
I got 125.
Also notice like you guys are not shy about what you're listening to and who you're going on tour.
Yeah, it's like the vocals in that song are so fucking batshit crazy. It made me like them way more, because sure, like it can get annoying with like some of the squeaky stuff on some stuff, but on some tracks, but he's just all over the place. There's a ton of variety. I think it's super fun and extremely entertaining. And the songs are really short. I mean, there's only 7 songs and it's fucking 20
It's really
minutes.
only 6 songs.
It's really 6 songs. So let's keep going.
I brought up Insisting.
Yeah. It has, I think, probably their ugliest main riff ever. It's extremely ugly, like tritone main riff.
I think those like vocals just were like so grating.
I think it,
like I just like hear him say this sit. Is he saying this sit? So, I think that's what he's saying.
I don't know.
Something about a city. He's Batman now.
Who isn't? I don't love that main riff, but it is weirdly distinct. It's oddly catchy, even if it's not like catchy in the sense of like a pop song catchy.
I do like the like creepy whisper vocal bridge, and then this goes back into like an all out assault and feels more powerful than when the song started.
I think it's a really cool song because it has like a lot of really unexpected turns. Like around 55 seconds in, it sounds like the song is powering down in a way, if that makes sense. It kind of is. Yeah, things are slowing down and it sounds like they're malfunctioning a little bit. And then this mid-paced breakdown follows that feels fucking great. Absolutely love it. And then at a minute 50, fucking stand-up bass comes in.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds awesome. It's so wild. It is wild shit. The song makes no sense, and obviously they can't play it live like that, but it's a fucking cool song on the record. And then we get the closer, which I will admit is easily the worst song on here, and it drags on the whole experience for me quite a bit.
It's like 1/4 of the album.
It's 7 minutes.
At least it's the last track, and you can
Yeah, but without it, the album is literally 19 minutes long. It's an EP. It would technically qualify as an EP without the song.
Yeah.
The closer is Pick Scrape, and it is the most experimental thing they've done yet.
Literally pick scraping.
It's a lot of actual pick scraping. There's a lot of reverse sounds, like a ton of reverse sounds. Pick scraping soundscapes kind of reverberating and a lot of delay, and there's a bunch of shit going on. A lot of aimless madman drums. It's basically pure cacophony. And it's entertaining for a minute or two, but it is 7 and it fucking feels like it.
It doesn't really do anything unless you like noisy soundscapes.
Yeah, I tend to not unless they make me feel unsettled or they're scary or they're interesting or funny or something. But this one is just noisy for a long time. But I think the album still rules. I love the cover. The cover makes me laugh so much. It's
Is it
another Tom Hazelmeyer?
Yeah.
It might be.
Haze XL? I mean, yeah. If it's
Yep. Haze XXL. Yeah, that's Tom Hazelmeyer. He does pretty much all their covers, and I fucking love his style. It's always very, very poppy. It pops out at you, and it's a funny illustration, and it's kind of disturbing.
Good to have a young band carrying the Amphetamine Reptile flag, though.
Yeah, are they like the only band still alive on Amphetamine Reptile?
I don't even know. I should look at. Probably should have looked into that.
Yeah, because like
we record.
I mean, they put out like some of the absolute best noise rock of all time in the '90s, and then they like all indie record labels. They started dying down. They started not signing new bands because it cost too much. But these guys are there.
Yeah. Also, yeah, I think they're mostly in Minnesota, so that probably doesn't help. But
MRAP.
Yeah, but Mr. Flies is in Chicago, which is slightly closer. So
yeah, not too far off. Plus, they have like the Melvin's Association, and this was recorded at Electrical Audio. So there's the Albini connection. Even though Albini did not record this, it was engineered by Taylor Hales. And yeah, I guess it's their third release. I don't know what their first one is. Oh, I guess was it just a single? It says it's their third release, but there's a shit ton of stuff on their Bandcamp. I don't know if those are like little singles or something. I don't know exactly, but yeah, it says on their Bandcamp, it says it's a third release by Mr. Flies, recorded at Electrical Audio with engineer Taylor Hales in Chicago, Illinois. Goodyear was used for this recording, which if we remember back to the Cancel Culture Club, it said right here, no Goodyear was used. So it's just a nice little callback. I found it to be very, very nice.
I think that's funny because I like the way Cancel Culture Club sounds better.
It's more distorted. It's more close. It's more like glued together.
Yeah.
This is an Electrical Audio sounding album. The drums feel like they're in a big room. They're very big and lively.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have like the crisp, they're right next to you feel that a lot of Albini records have. And that's the thing with like, you hear a lot of albums. I mean, Albini's, it's his job. He records so many bands, but not all the bands or all the albums sound like Goat or fucking In Utero or something where it's like, oh my God, is that in my living room right now? How do they make it sound so crisp? So a lot of it's just like the magic in the air at the time of recording. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of experimenting of course done, which Albini's documented quite a bit, but you never know like what an Electrical Audio album is going to sound like.
I don't know if it's a new interview, but it's like newer. I saw like Conan O'Brien interviewed Dave, Chris, some and Albini.
Yeah, I saw thumbnails of that. I didn't watch it. Did you watch it?
No, I want to watch it though. I was like, it's just random. It's like who walked into a bar story.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, obviously going to be talking about In Utero. Otherwise Albini wouldn't be there, but
I saw they made fun of Gene Simmons.
That's a great guy to make fun of. He has no sense of humor.
That was what they were talking about.
Didn't even need to tell me that. Yeah, he stinks. He fucking absolutely stinks. I've heard stories about him ruining comedy shows by speaking up and saying, nope. Like, go fuck yourself with your stupid hair. Get out of here with your fuzz head.
He was upset Nirvana didn't love Kiss the way like the Melvins love Kiss.
Well, the Melvins love Kiss in a way that's also a little bit like acknowledging what Kiss is, which has gone on right. Like Buzz has said, like, yeah, we like Kiss, but it's just Kiss.
Yeah.
It's I feel like it was more of a joke to really like model themselves after Kiss. I mean,
they covered a song and then released EPs.
They covered several songs.
So
and then they did the EP that was, but it feels like a complete joke. They have the Melvins Army logo.
No, I think they love Kiss.
They love Kiss, but I think they do it in a very self-aware kind of way.
Sure.
I don't think they're like worshipers of Kiss. And I'm only saying this because I remember an interview with Buzz that felt like that. But speaking of which, I saw the thumbnail for that interview, and the first thing that popped in my head, and I feel bad that this is where I'm at now in life, is Dave Grohl. Fuck that guy. He's not answering Buzz's phone calls. I'm at the point where like I don't like Dave Grohl anymore because he's completely shunned Buzz.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into that. I don't.
Why not? We got time.
We got time. I just like I don't know. I just like sure like Dave is like a big like
star,
mega rocks, maybe
celebrity.
Like,
He's a full-on celebrity.
Maybe like the last handful of rock celebrities where like people in their 20s probably know who Dave Grohl is. Yeah. And then like I don't know, Buzz is Buzz. I'm sure he's grumpy sometimes.
I'm sure he's grumpy. I'm sure he's a little bitter too, a little bit. But also, I love him so much. I love him as a guy. I love him as a musician. He's always, every interview I've seen with him has been like so little bullshit.
Yeah.
He's just a guy who talks a lot. That's just who he is.
Yeah, no, there's nothing like off, like when I see interviews with him, and obviously I love his fucking music and his band. Like there's nothing off-putting about him, but yeah, I feel like you could like ruffle Buzz's feathers pretty easily.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he is not a fan of Sofia Coppola's movie or her.
I was also thinking, like, I watched that Bowie documentary, Moon Age Daydream, and like,
oh right, yeah,
and I like loved it. And I didn't realize it's the same director who did Montage of Heck.
Which one's that?
That's the Cobain one. That
I never saw that one.
And like Buzz is just like, yeah, it's almost like slanderous.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
I guess I haven't watched it in a long time. I think did it come out like during like when lockdown was a thing.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, so it's all hazy, but yeah, there's like a part where he wrote like in his journal about like having sex with some girl with a mental deficiency.
Wait, who said that?
Cobain did.
He said that he did
in his diary.
And he said that Buzz did, or that he did?
No, like Cobain said that in his diary.
Uh-huh.
And then Buzz was like Cobain's like a troll. You can't just like.
He was absolutely a troll. If you look at any interview with a guy.
Yeah, he's like, you just can't put these things like and people are going to think it.
This is the age we live in where everything is a story. No one can make a joke. Everyone is, especially if you read it. That's always the worst thing. Like,
yeah, I'd have to like re-watch the documentary and then read Buzz's comments. But anyways, it was just like, it was so crazy because I remember watching that documentary and I was just like, it's fine, it's okay, whatever. But then like the Bowie documentary was just like, that felt
magic.
Like, yeah, it like real magic. Like it's fucking like Man, that's a good ass documentary.
Really interesting. Maybe it'll light the fire under my admittedly weak Bowie flame. I mean, I like Bowie, but I don't love him the way the world loves him.
Yeah, I almost wonder how that documentary plays for people who don't like Bowie, because there's no like modern interviews.
Mm-hmm.
It's just live performance and archival interviews.
Well, live performance will go a long way because you can't fake that. If it's electric and you feel it, then that's what it is. But there was a lot of iffy stuff, like a lot of the golden era in the 70s, like a lot of the good stuff. A lot of stuff was like really written by other people, and especially one guy whose name I forgot, who I have this weird connection to. He's 2 degrees away from me or something like that, and he's given credit, but he really carried a lot of weight. A lot of it wasn't Bowie being a genius. A lot of it was him being just a good collaborator. Mostly it seems like Bowie was a great collaborator.
Absolutely.
But he just became such a figure that people like to watch, that he got everything. He got everything.
But yeah, I only bring that up as an example where I'm like, man, this person like Buzz doesn't like made a piece of artwork that I really really enjoyed.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's just a guy with opinions, and not all of them are gonna land. I recently saw Lost in Translation. I actually liked it.
Oh, there you go.
So
there you go.
Yeah. So I don't agree with the guy on everything. But I do, but I guess it's like a good starting point. We're talking about Buzz now after we're not even talking about this band anymore. But like, I think he's
the album's only 30 minutes. We're going to record a longer podcast than the album is.
We already have. The album is 26 minutes. Like with a guy like Buzz, he's like a good jumping off point where like, he's probably not lying.
No, I don't think he's a liar.
Yeah. Like,
no,
even with someone like a Mike Patton, even he's at a level where like, maybe he's lying. Like he's not like super famous, but he is has this level of prestige around him. Where Buzz just seems like my uncle. I mean, he really just seems like someone's uncle, or he's too old and tired to deal with anything. He just says what's on his mind unapologetically. And most of it's just kind of sensical and reasonable and a little bitter maybe sometimes, but I fucking love him. I love him so much.
He likes film.
He likes taking photos and putting them on Instagram. He's a very fun follow.
And he's how I found out about that Nick Cave movie, The Proposition. So
he's how you found out about the movie?
Yeah, because they did the what album was it? I wasn't expecting it. They did that Peggy Gordon song on the album with the Chihuahua.
Nude with Boots?
Nude with Boots.
Yeah.
They did this like Peggy Gordon song, and I read like an interview where they were like, where did that come from? And he's like, I watched this like amazing movie. I'm going to double check that Nick Cave wrote it, called
Proposition. Yeah, he did.
That Nick Cave wrote. That's like an Australian Western.
Yep.
And they do this killer version of Peggy Gordon. So I was like, it's going to be on like the score, the soundtrack, right? It's not on either. And so they were like, we're going to record a cool version.
And they did. That's a great album.
Yeah.
Fucking one of their best from that whole era. Yeah, that's a good fucking movie too. I think we talked about it a couple times in the past. That was like, why is it so? I mean, Nick Cave is a great writer. It makes sense that it'd be good, but even with a good script, you can't guarantee a good movie.
You cannot. It takes like 1,000 people to make a movie. So many things could go wrong.
It's amazing that any movie is good ever.
It really is.
Yeah.
Even if anything has flaws and entertaining, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah. I guess that's what I'm quite lenient when it comes to movies. I'm not, I love the ones that I love, but I'm kind of like whatever about all the other ones that I don't like or that are fine, or I kind of put them into the category of like, I'm not going to watch it again. I don't hate, I'm not angry over it. But there are moments where I'm like, where movies just become a part of my soul. Like Young Frankenstein is a part of my soul. Is a part of my soul. The Thing, a part of my soul.
I don't know where to go after The Thing.
No, there's nowhere to go after The Thing. I kind of fucking pinned us into a corner with that one.
Yeah, I do like that John Carpenter is an old man who said he just wants to be left alone and play video games all day. Like,
Does he literally play video games all day?
he does play video.
I
Like,
love that man.
yeah, I think he's a fan of Borderlands.
Not a bad series. Not a bad series.
It's such a great hobby for an 80-year-old man to get into.
In addition to making synthwave music.
Yes, that man ages correctly.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've heard an interview with him, but at last I checked, he was very spry, very sharp, which is encouraging.
I think he did the score for the all three of the more recent Halloween movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not the Rob Zombie ones.
No, the Gordon Green, Danny McBride.
Where they brought Jamie Lee Curtis back.
Yes.
Danny McBride was in that?
No, he wrote them though.
Danny McBride wrote that?
Yeah.
Dude, he was on some months back, he was on an episode of Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast talking about this script that he was writing like in college. I have to find out what it's called.
All right.
Because they spent so much of the episode talking about this script, and he gave like the whole plot. I think I remember. I think it was called Draven. I think it was called Draven. Yep, it was called The Draven.
The Draven.
And it was this completely sincere, like fantasy action, like with dragons and like sword fighting.
A Draven, yeah.
The Draven, and it had this like complex, dramatic plot.
Yeah,
and he took it so seriously for so long. Like he had like meetings with his friends, like writing this script, and then, like looking back, it's like the ridiculous. It just made me love him more.
And then he did Oh, Your Highness, which I didn't like on initial watch, but our friend Hillary and then Leah, who did our logo.
Hell yeah, thank you.
They both loved the shit out of that movie. So I was like, maybe I'm going to watch it. I was like, I'll try it again. And I think just like their love of that movie made me.
I haven't seen it. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I would like to see. He is a very charming character.
I don't even know. Now I feel like the waters are tainted. I don't know if I like the movie or they just like love it so much that like I was like, okay, I like it.
Well, there's some stuff that grows. I thought this for years, and then I heard someone else, some other comedian, I don't remember who it was. They said this exact thing, and it blew my mind because it made me feel like, oh, this is just what the movie is. The other guys, when I first saw with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell, which is like 13 years old at this point. When I first saw it, I thought, that was all right. It was funny. And like Michael Keaton has like a great role in it. I was like, yeah, it was fine. It was funny. And then for some reason I saw it again. I was like, it's getting funny. I've seen it like 7-8 times, each time funnier than the last time.
Yeah.
It is a movie that gets better every time you fucking watch it.
I loved it like day one. It's kind of weird. I'm not saying this movie's responsible for it, but like that kind of helped kickstart like Michael Keaton's comeback. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it did. He stole the movie.
Yeah.
He was so good in it.
Yeah.
He was Gene.
He just keeps making TLC references, but says he doesn't know what that band is.
Because for one, he's an amazing actor. And also he used to be a comic when he first started out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was very short lived, but like he's a funny guy, and him playing that straight character like that, good stuff.
Did you? I think an old conversation. Did you not like it because there was the hobo Dirty Mike and the Boys?
Oh yeah,
someone like try to like make that.
Someone tried to make that joke about me.
Yeah,
it didn't stick that much. There were plenty of other jokes about me that stuck that I'm not going to say here because they're inappropriate.
Sure,
but. That one, they tried and failed.
No,
but that was a good bit.
Yeah.
That was it. Dirty Mike and the Boys. That's a hell of a game. I wish I had my own boys.
Yeah.
I'd become dirty for that.
All the soup kitchens.
Oh, Lord. Makes you want to fucking watch that movie.
Fucking Steve Coogan's so good in that.
Steve Coogan is incredible regardless. He's amazing.
I saw Michael Caine's retiring from acting and someone's like, I forget the other actor's name. Steve Coogan's friend who is in him.
Yeah, it was the movie The Trip.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Someone's like, those two guys, Christopher Nolan, walk into a room. He breaks a pool cue over his knee. and then locks the door behind him.
Oh,
Only one can emerge as the new
Michael Caine.
Yeah.
Michael Caine. Yeah, that was that. I mean, I'm sure it went viral. That clip with him doing the impressions.
Oh,
I mean, it's a good movie though. Like that's only one moment in the movie, but I haven't seen that in a while though.
I haven't seen the third one. Yeah.
There's 3 trips.
There's 3 trips.
I didn't know there was 2 trips.
I think they go to Italy in the second one, and they go to Spain on the third one.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
those dang Brits. But we might as well wrap it instead of trailing off into the most random topics that have nothing to do with this album, which I like a lot. Alex, not quite as much as me, but I think it's fucking great. I think it's a nice step forward for the band. I think it's a nice evolution, and I personally am digging Clinton's new vocals, especially when he decides to put his balls into it and start wailing because he sounds incredible.
Like literally, like probably doesn't have balls after.
Hey, maybe he's just got a higher register, Alex. Not everyone has the deep Andre the Giant voice like you, okay? Respect the rest of us.
I think it's because like Zeppelin was one of my favorite bands, so I'm this jealous. I can't do the baby.
Yeah. You can see what I'm getting going. All right, fair enough. But thank you so much for listening and watching and hanging out. Please check out the album if you can get the chance to do so. You can follow me on all social media at Panda Monkey and Alex on Instagram at
Every Album Alex.
Please follow our history guy Tom Osman at Tom Osman Sounds on all social media, as well as TomOsmanSounds.com for all his music. You can also just support us a little bit. All right, you leave some comments, talk some shit, leave a like, subscribe, do all that stuff. You can also join the Patreon. Hell yes, patreon.com/everyalbumever.
And the Patreon are the Patreons, the patronizers are the people who help push this album to, or this episode to be released.
This episode is here because on Discord, our little community, we have a whole channel dedicated to put out all the new albums that came out that you want us to talk about. We'll fucking pick one.
You guys wanted the best. You got the best.
And we talked about Kiss for a good while, so I guess that applies. So yeah, you can also get bonus episodes. You can see our schedule in advance. You can vote on polls to decide what we cover next. Of course, you can join the Discord, like I said. And if you're tier 2, if you're bigger than Jesus, then you could suggest a full discography to cover on our bigger, longer numbered episodes, as well as suggest individual albums from any discography ever for us to cover on Patreon bonus episodes. So go there, do that. Thank you. Check out my debut EP, Panda Monkey. It's all in the description. It's cool. Do that, please. And yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
So if we gonna wrap it,
that's all you, babe.
I think I can't. I'm torn. I'm definitely torn.
Well, maybe I could sway you. If it's up to me, the 2 strongest contenders are Dirty Hands and Maybe. I was gonna go Maybe or Damp, but let's do Maybe.
Okay. Give them a little taste of those vocals, baby. So thank you so much for listening and watching. See ya.